So it's a Wednesday morning. It's a wee bit cool today, but the breeze is quite light. We're going to take Baru out. It seems ages since we bought Baru to go and use her for sailing.
We are a retired couple who sold everything and bought a boat with the intention of living the dream in our later years. So are we about ready? Hartlepool Marina, Baru, over. Yeah, Colin, if we could request a lock out, please, over. Okay, we'll slip. Thank you, Colin. Baru out. Right. So this was going to be just a short shakedown cruise. Nothing spectacular. We just need to test a few systems and get the sails out. So all the rear shots have been taken on the Wolfang PA420, shot at 2.7K, 24 frames per second. Image stabilisation on, and later on you will see some interesting results. Very impressed with the stabilisation, very impressed with the colour. Fantastic little camera. Thank you, Wolfang. Can't hear you.
Hey, you realise it's my first time being on the...
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've sailed, and never on something quite as big as Baru, so this is interesting. When I came into the lock though, I was struggling.
Engine stalled.
Gear selection got very stiff and sticky.
You've got me.
The engine stalled, and I was struggling to get the thing out of gear even.
Just tyres off, Janet.
So number one on the list would be to look at the gear selection and kick over, I think.
Okay, Janet.
Still wasn't bad enough to stop us though, they were going to go out. It's a lovely day. A little bit cold. The winds were at this point but still light but gusty. As we left the lock, looking out, sea state looked pretty good.
All right, okay. Right, do you want to come on?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to do was get Janet on the helm as quickly as possible.
So yeah, it's stalled. Tick over's a bit slow.
Because I would be dealing with the sails whilst Janet took over the helm.
So keep on this course until we're out. Keep on this rough heading.
Now, one thing that I'm unfamiliar with is the on-boom furling. And there is a particular knack, certainly to using the Sailtainer 3000. That's the boom. So it was just a case of trying to understand what was happening first of all and what wasn't happening. A few puzzled looks on my face. Also, visibility of the main from inside the cockpit is not the best. So there's a little bit of clambering around and peering up through the skylight to try to make out what was happening. You can see there that the sail had bagged. Now the reason for that is I hadn't kept enough tension on the reefing line. So let's pull out the foresail. Let's get that out.
Right, just
Now time to shut the engine down.
It don't feel right. Don't feel right.
I mean, we've only got 3/4 of sail up. We're not set right on the main. Fully out
Again, slight issue, the clutch slipped on the furling line. Not immediately, we thought it was all set nice, and then suddenly it let go and the sail came out fully. It wasn't my intention to have the foresail fully out, not for our first time. But anyway, it came out and it was fine. As you can see, I'm still bobbing around, checking things, looking at how the sails are getting in Janet's way. Now it's settled and we're sailing okay. So it's spinning along nicely, around about 6 knots. It's time to try the next system, the autopilot. Let's go hands-free.
We're on auto now.
Still trimming sails, still just trying to get everything set, understanding
After that, just turn
how
this.
she's going to react. Wind at this point had got up to about 15 knots on a broad reach. So pretty good for a sail. And the swell was surprising. Long, steady rollers, but around about 1.5 meters. I must say, Baru was very stable at that. If we'd have been out in heads racing, that we would have been bounced around and rolling quite heavily. Not a lot of roll going on here.
Just
A
talk
little bit of list
Yeah.
as she heeled over,
That's
but nothing uncomfortable. So that was quite pleasing.
quite a big swell.
There is. More of a swell than you would think.
I just heard a thud.
That's holding course.
It seems to be making decent headway.
Yeah.
Alan's going to the Yetis now to go racing.
Sorry?
Alan, he's going to the Yetis now to go racing.
So how did our first sail go? It was only short, and it was only ever intended to be short. It was really just to get the sails out, see how things functioned. We had one or two issues. Most were minor, due to clutch slippages on the sheets and the reefing lines, and a little bit of me understanding how the on-boom furling worked. You have to keep tension on the reefing line in order to stop the sail bagging. Took me a couple of minutes to work that out, and yeah, we zipped along nicely up to 6 knots. Sea state was a bit worse than we thought it would be, and the wind was actually a bit stronger than it was originally predicted to be. But no, fine, there's that bit okay. Where we did have an issue, and it was a very near call, a lot closer call than we realised. We nearly had to do a pan. We got back in okay. We're having difficulty selecting gears once we were back under power, or selecting and deselecting, and it was just getting worse and worse.
We did have some problems in the lock. Going in, the engine stalled, mainly because I couldn't disconnect and smoothly the from forward to reverse. And yeah, I don't know if you can see beyond my knee, but that bracket is moving all over the place. It's got a crack. It's got a crack there. And I think it's cracked, broken in a couple of places.
Now this is the bracket that the actual gear selector cable fits here, the mechanism. Baru is a twin steering and twin engine control boat. We've got an internal helm and an external helm. The main helm is external, but we have one internally which has also got throttle control and everything else. So we've got 2 cables and a compensator device that bolts on there. Then it's a long cable to the actual selector on top of the sail drive, and this bracket makes it a long fair distance, so there's a lot of leverage there. Now it is angled and welded there, but this has all been bent out of a piece of sheet by the look of it, and just that edge there has been welded. And what we've got is a crack here. Now that piece was visible. What wasn't visible was the crack extends all the way down here and comes up from this corner weld here up to here. It's only together in a very short, maybe 10 millimeters there, where there's no crack. When you look on the inside, again you can see the crack coming all the way down here and coming up from there. And so if that piece had fractured, this would have come adrift and we would have had no gears. Wow, that would have been difficult because we couldn't have got back in without some help. We'd have had to call for a tow. Yeah, not good. So what are we going to do about it? Well, I could just plate that up, bodge it and weld it, put an extra angle bracket on. I don't like it. It's such a long lever stuck out from the end of the sail drive. So I think first off, I'm going to have a look and see if there's some other way of mounting that selector mechanism. What was the problem with the sheets? So this is my starboard sheet. I've got the same across at the port side, either side of the boat, and they are held and stopped from slipping with these dogs on here, and I think probably because of lack of use, they were a little bit stiff, a bit sticky. So, and I don't particularly like them. I think that we might have to change this to a proper overlocking clutch. Can't adjust the cars for the for sale. The ring is not gripping the plunger. Occasionally it'll come up, but not all the time, so that needs a little bit of work.